Am I gonna die? If you've ever used an air fryer, but we got one during our wedding registry, and like hands down, one of the best things ever invented. Yeah. This morning I spent switching my schedule because normally I work graveyard, but I just fueled up on some breakfast and took care of the dogs, so now we're ready to go. This is a trail that I take a lot of people out when they're visiting from out of town because it's steep enough, or not steep enough, where people aren't going to start dropping off like flies, but it's rewarding enough where everyone's pretty happy at the end of it. And if you have a couple hours, everyone can do it before the sun goes down. My family came over here at the end of the Vietnam War. My dad was a South Vietnamese soldier, and my mom was a refugee, and she escaped shortly after the fall of the South. My parents met over here. My mom got a scholarship or a grant to go to school, so she completed a 4-year college degree in 3 years, pretty much working nonstop. Dad's been an electrician pretty much ever since I can remember, because in the war he did radio work, so that kind of melded together. Alright, so we just hiked a couple miles up here, and the thing I love about this hike is that you get this beautiful lookout, and lookouts aren't really used anymore for fighting fires since about World War II because of the excess amount of planes that we have. But the best thing about these is that they always have the best view in the region. So this particular one is about 80 feet tall, and we really lucked on the weather, which I'm stoked on. Forecast called for rain, but we got a little bit of low-lying fog and some low clouds, but otherwise friggin' gorgeous. I did video production in high school and won a couple awards for that, and that kind of brought through momentum to go into film school. And did film school for a year and went into business for myself for quite a long time. Alright, so we made it up to this lookout at the very top. It's about an 80-foot climb from the bottom. Right now I'm working on a time lapse, and I wasn't able to quite get the right angle of the clouds, so what I did was I took my Trayvax wallet and kind of propped it up underneath from the back, so hopefully nothing falls and I don't lose everything, because that's a long way down. But I've been out on this hike this is my 5th time this year, and it's one of my favorite hikes because it's, from where I'm at, it's pretty quick to get to, and the elevation gain's not a whole lot, so I can do it in a couple hours, from start to finish. But it's perfect for like right now, because I'm working on getting my ankle rehabilitated. Had a little bit of an injury, so it's a good way to get like the blood flowing again and then get the strength back before the brace comes off, and then I'm free. So yeah, doing things like this is good type of healing. Not just like in the, I guess, metaphor, but like literally it's good for healing. So never had to go to like physical rehab or anything like that. Just always done kayaking, canoeing, or hiking. And so yeah, this is pretty much the way I do. So I think it was a Thursday last week. I was working and I had this Trayvax wallet in my pocket, and I also had this, it's about this big, but it's a super high power flashlight, and both of them were inside my pocket. And I didn't know, but the flashlight turned on inside my pocket, and actually the lens melted. It got that hot, and it would have burnt my leg a lot worse. But this wallet was in between the flashlight and my skin, and so my pants melted, and you can actually see a little bit of the fabric pattern here on the wallet, but it kept me from getting burnt. And because it's leather, like, it looks totally fine, and actually adds a little bit of character to it in the little story. Alright, so heading down now. We're gonna go back to the house, back to base camp. We're gonna pick up our camera gear and some other stuff, make a trip to Home Depot, and then we're gonna go over to the cabin and do a little bit of work over there. While hiking, I noticed like an orange something object in the woods, and boom, lobster tail mushrooms. So we're gonna go saute these things up in a little bit with some little bit of butter and some garlic. So we drove all the way here, and that took a few hours, and then we unloaded a bunch of stuff. But on the way in, we noticed that there was a sign that was like a smoke advisory. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And then took a couple blind corners, and then boom, fire trucks. I'm like, oh, the Forest Service is doing a prescribed burn. And that's the first time I've seen that much fire in one place on purpose. And it was really cool to see, looking back on it, from the wider view, you could see just how much fire and destruction that they were making, but totally in control, which was kind of cool. So tomorrow we're gonna wake up nice and early. I'm gonna take you guys on a tour of this whole place, let you guys know what it was and hopefully what it will be here in the near future. So we're gonna go ahead and head in for the night. I'm gonna work a little bit on our flooring and candlelight. We're gonna roast up some hamburgers for dinner, and then pretty much just turn in for the night. So go ahead and subscribe down below to Trayvax YouTube channel and also my channel, Inner Bark Outdoors. As always, take it out there. Bye.